Now the manager situation is out of the way, the club's attention is now on the summer transfer window. In today's video, we will take a look at the player that Celtic have submitted a bid for, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Celtic content. Aaron Mooy joined Celtic on a free transfer last summer, and although many had doubts about him in the beginning, the Australian eventually won the supporters over. In midfield, the veteran contributed significantly, bagging 7 goals and assisting 11. He ended up being one of the Hoops' foremost arrivals last summer, but is now reportedly considering his future. According to FTBL, Mooy is thinking things over with the new manager Brendan Rodgers in place. He currently has 1 year left on his Parkhead deal, but refused to clarify whether or not he will see it out. Retirement could be in sight for Mooy, and he did sit out Celtic's final 5 games of the 2022-23 season through injury. Nevertheless, it was not expected to be anything serious. It is certain all Celtic fans would encourage Mooy not to retire, but at the end of the day, it is his career and life. His absence would be a significant loss to the club going forward, after what he contributed in the 2022-23 season, but nothing is confirmed as of yet. Brendan Rodgers has only been through the door at Celtic for a matter of days, but that hasn't put the brakes on the rumour mill, which is already in overdrive. Several players have been linked with a move to Celtic since Rodgers was appointed manager. According to South Korean news outlet News Naver, Celtic have tabled an official bid for a young winger, Yang Hyun-jun. The report mentions that an official bid from Yang's club, Gangwon FC, has confirmed the offer. However, there's a snag in the potential deal. Gangwon FC are currently languishing in the relegation zone of the K-League. Parting with Yang, who is one of their most valuable assets, mid-season would be a considerable blow. One suggested remedy to the issue is for Celtic to buy Yang now and then loan him back to Gangwon FC for the remainder of the K-League season. However, the Scottish champions are solely interested in a permanent deal this summer. In terms of the transfer fee, it is reported to be substantially less than the €3 million Celtic shelled out for another player, Hoyango Oi, back in January. The link to Yang is especially intriguing as he has only netted 1 goal and made 1 assist in the K-League this season. That being said, Yang has demonstrated potential. In the 2022 season, he clinched the league's Young Player of the Year award, scoring 8 goals and providing 4 assists. His sterling performances earned him a call-up to the South Korean national team. Whilst Yang's statistics may not seem overly impressive at first glance, it is clear that the lad has talent. There is still a way to go with regards to a deal being done, but it's certainly one to keep an eye on. Whilst the most exciting part about a transfer window is the incomings, there is some news regarding a Celtic player about an exit. According to reports, youngster Ronan Ferns is set to sign for Brighton. The Premier League side have reportedly agreed a deal of £250,000 to bring in Ferns. Celtic were keen to keep hold of the 16-year-old, who can operate in both defence and midfield, although he hadn't yet signed a professional deal with the club. Initially, the Scotland Youth International will join up with the Seagulls under-23 development squad. It will undoubtedly be disappointing for Celtic to lose what is clearly a talented young player. However, one cannot deny Ferns a chance to go down south and test himself. Celtic coach Gavin Strachan has made the decision to remain at Celtic, rejecting an opportunity to become the manager of Shrewsbury Town. This decision comes as a significant boost for Celtic and new boss Brendan Rodgers, as Strachan is highly regarded within the club. Shrewsbury Town, an English League Two side, had reportedly made 2 substantial offers to Strachan in an attempt to secure his services as their new manager. The latest offer was made within the last 24 hours, however Strachan has turned down what has been described as a lucrative deal in order to stay at Celtic Park. Strachan's commitment to Celtic is seen as a vote of confidence in the project that is about to begin under the returning manager Brendan Rodgers. Rodgers, who recently returned to Celtic, was keen on retaining Strachan and played a pivotal role in convincing him to stay. According to the Scottish Sun, Rodgers was insistent on not losing the respected coach. This development brings an end to weeks of speculation surrounding Strachan's future at Celtic. The players who share a close bond with him will undoubtedly be pleased with his decision to stay. Strachan was also linked with a move to join Ange Postecoglou's backroom staff at Tottenham Hotspur. However, his decision to remain at Celtic underlines his commitment and belief in the project that Brendan Rodgers is set to undertake. As pre-season approaches, Strachan's presence will be vital in preparing the team for the challenges ahead. His experience and tactical acumen will be invaluable assets for Celtic as they look to build on their successes. It seems that Celtic's appointment of Brendan Rodgers has ruffled a few feathers from pundits that are of an Ibrox persuasion today. This morning we had Graham Souness telling us how the return of the Irishman worries the former Rangers boss, To be fair to Souness, it was a refreshingly honest assessment of Rodgers, and one that will be shared by many of the Rangers support, even though they won't admit it. And next up is Kenny Millers. The ex-Rangers striker has praised the appointment of Rodgers and said that his return will be a seamless takeover from Ange Postecoglou. And even Miller himself was very candid about his thoughts about the new Celtic manager. Miller said on the Daily Record, "It's a brilliant appointment for Celtic because he's a proper elite manager. From a Rangers perspective, I'd rather he didn't come back. Celtic have got the best possible guy for the job. I would think it would be pretty seamless from Ange. It's a manager who has so much experience at the highest possible level. You look at the amount of games he has been in charge of in the English Premier League and up here with Celtic. He won 7 trophies out of 7 in Scotland and also led the Leicester to silverware. It certainly presents another big challenge for Rangers." Despite how some Celtic fans feel about Rodgers' reappointment, one thing from today is very clear. The new Celtic manager's return has calmed the bullish mood of the Rangers camp ahead of the new season. Their confidence in winning the title next season got a huge boost with the departure of Ange Postecoglou, but now that Rodgers is back at Celtic, their newfound belief will have been dealt a huge blow. Because Rodgers is a winner, his last stint in Glasgow kicked off a period of domination that brought a lot of joy to Paradise and a lot of pain to Ibrox. And who's to say that can't happen again? The squad he has inherited this time around is far superior to the one that he got from Ronny Deila, and the finances he has at his disposal certainly dwarf what was available in 2016. I've said it once before and I'll say it again, there are exciting times ahead for the Celtic fans in the upcoming season. 3 in a row is up for grabs for Brendan Rodgers and his men heading into the new campaign. And today we're going to round up all the key dates you need to know for the new SPFL season. Celtic's league fixtures for the upcoming campaign are yet to be announced, but they will be on Friday, June the 30th at 9 AM UK time. Then the champions will know who they are playing in the opening 33 rounds of games of the new season. The first of these matches is due to take place on the weekend of Saturday the 5th of August 2023. This is when Flag Day will most likely be. League football continues from then until January the 3rd, 2024, when the winter break begins. This will last until January the 19th, 2024. Then league football returns for Celtic and the final game before the split takes place on the weekend of the 13th to 14th of April 2024. Finally, the boys will play their last league match of 2023-24 on the weekend of May 18th-19th. Hopefully this weekend will play host to yet another iconic trophy day. All these dates are key ones to keep in mind over the course of the 2023-24 Scottish Premiership season from a Celtic point of view. Celtic fans, what do you make of Yang Hoyan Jeon? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, bye bye.